Mic check, mic check. I think that did something. Let me know if you can hear me. You know, and I'm quite alright if you couldn't before. That intro was kind of hot garbage. And I think I'm going to actually turn up the air conditioning really quick. So just act like you can't hear me still. And then I'm going to go turn up the air a little more because it's still hot. Went ahead and switched over to shorts too. It's too hot. It's far too hot. So let's see here. Hello everyone. Salutations. Let's see who we got here today. I'm going to start from the beginning. Let me fix my cushion. I got one of those purple cushions. Got to get in the right spot. I don't know if you have ever used one of those before, but they're quite dandy. Main mic's still not picking up, not a chance. Hold on. There's no way that it's starting to turn mic. Let me hear that really quick. Give me 1 second. Okay, I hear what you're talking about. Yeah, no, I've got a side string. Hold on. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Mic check, testing, 1, 2, 3. Oh, that still sounds horrendous. Give me a moment. Mic check, mic check. Can you guys hear me okay? That is funky. You gotta love live, yeah. Let me see if I can figure out what's going on really quick. Here, I'm gonna... No, I don't even want to end the stream. Give me a second here. You know what's crazy too is I didn't even change anything. I removed some other stuff. Here, let's go to the main screen. Mic check. Mic check, mic check. Wow, why does it sound so atrocious? I'm worried I changed the setting because it's not the computer mic here. Hold on one second. I think it's sabotage. Yeah, I know. I'm working on trying to fix it so it's coming through correctly. I might have to plug in another microphone. Here, 1 second, guys. Can you guys hear me? I'm sorry, we're having some technical issues. I have a limiter put on the main mic, but no, it's not. I'm listening to the playback. It's not that great. It's very tinny or very empty. And let me see what I can do. Hold on 1 second, guys. So sorry. Mic check, testing 1, 2, 3. It still sounds atrocious. Hold on 1 second. Let me see if I can tell this thing to get this thing to use some audio. I've got a microphone attached to the top of the camera, but that doesn't seem to want to work either. You guys ever have one of those days where you just can't get tech to work correctly? Mic check, testing, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's still atrocious. I don't understand why. That's the confusing part. Give me 1 second. Okay, I'm going to have to exit and restart the stream, and we're going to see what's going on. If I can't relaunch it through here, I apologize, but we're going to figure out what's going on right now, okay? I think it's trying to pull audio through the camera for some reason. Here, watch, let me try this. Mic check. I don't know, maybe it's pulling it through the camera. Hold on 1 second, guys. Mic check, testing, 1, 2, 3. Mic check, testing, 1, 2, 3. There we go. Guys, if you can't, I gotta tell everyone to refresh your browsers because you might not be able to see me. Here, let's launch the pre-roll again. We're gonna jump straight across into the main show here in just 1 second. Okay. Go ahead and refresh if you can't see me. There we go. Okay, obviously we're not going to start in 20 minutes, guys. We're going to start here in just 1 second. Terribly sorry for that issue. My computer just decided, it's like, hey, you know those settings that you like so much? Let's just go ahead and shuffle them up. But you know what? I really do like the idea that it could be a competitor action trying to throw me under the bus. So we'll just go with that plan for now. Thank you for your infinite patience, you lovely, lovely people. And let's go ahead and say hello to all of you really quick, and then we're just going to jump straight into the show, guys. You sound so good. Thank you, buddy. See, for those like yourself who are in the music industry, you and Jerry's and a handful of others, okay, you understand high fidelity audio and how important it is, and how okay audio is, it's fine, but great audio, it's really great, and that's why it's so important to get that right. Yep, you get it. You get it. We are doing a 48 kilohertz right now, and I think our bit rate for audio is nearly 100. So let's say hello to everyone really quick. Let's start that hello one more time. Guys, hello to Rich Green Acres. Happy to have you. Mr. Exquisite, I was commenting on how I love our discussion regarding numbers and financials, and I'm happy to have you. I'd love to have a beer with you someday. Hello to Fat Girl Sewing. Thank you for being here. You're in our credits now, too. We updated our credits again, including all of our $5 patrons now, too. Money from Mars, happy to have you. He suggested I get a bin of goods, so I got some. Don't know if we're going to get to them tonight, but if we don't, there's going to be a pickups video coming out this Friday as well. We'll talk about more about that here in a bit. Hello to Daniel2500, Candy Flip Records, happy to have you too. Mike T, suggest I press unmute. You know what? I wish that would have worked. Then we got a bunch of comments about audio. Thank you to those of you who did help me out with getting that fixed up. Hello to you, CatCon. You're one of my favorites. Thank you for being here, and a little bit of love your way as well. Maui Delights, pleasure again. Thank you for being here. And who else do we got? Looks like that might be everyone. Scrolling. Future Fortunes, happy to have you, buddy. Thanks for being here. Pro level now. My sister Nana May is watching with me. She's in our group too, isn't she? I think I have her on my friends list. So, guys, we are running behind because of some audio issues. So let's just jump straight into the intro of the show. What is going on, guys? Jay Kraft here with the Facebook group Bowl Around Pickers Lounge, coming at you live from beautiful Bakersfield, California. Today is March 8th, 2020, and what a beautiful day it is today. Guys, I am so happy to be back because we have a huge show in store for you, bigger than any of the previous shows we've ever had. But if you believe that, then you probably shouldn't believe anything else that I'm going to say tonight. Tonight's show is about eBay Spring Seller Update 2020 and all the details that you need to know moving forward with you, your business, and your employees, and your warehouse. We got some important changes that are coming that, you know, I always say this, but no one ever believes me. No one is talking about these things again. And I tell you, if I had nothing but time on my hands, I think I could make expose videos 7 days a week regarding eBay right now. But what are you going to do? What are you going to do? You can't take care of everybody. Whose birthday is it today? What do we got going on? Great to be here, CatCon. Daniel, your birthday, Daniel? Happy birthday to you. Here. Happy birthday, buddy. Thanks for being here. And yeah, let's all wish him a happy one. Guys, so with today's news, we not only are we going to be talking about that, we're going to have a brief discussion regarding eBay's town hall and what a absolute hot mess it was over this last week. And we're also going to be talking about the only COVID-19. I will always say it ironically that way, but of course, obviously, warm thoughts to those who are affected by it, but we do need to talk about it in some capacity today. Joe 30725, my friend, thank you for the $2 super chat. And I wish you much luck with that really cool item you showed me earlier today. I don't want to give out the details, but man, was he working on a Frankenbox project earlier. Guys, if you missed out, I haven't been here in a month. Okay. I've been doing stuff. Now, obviously, when I take a break, I don't actually take a break. I continue to do stuff. I uploaded not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, I uploaded 6 videos to my YouTube channel this week. And honestly, if you haven't taken the time to subscribe, do that. Hit that bell, get those notifications, get notified every time I put out a new video out. We got videos coming out 5 a.m. Okay, Pacific Standard Time, 4 days a week, and then 6 a.m. on Friday, a little bit later, get a little bit of a later start on the week. We got 5 videos a week coming out right now, and we're probably going to keep that up for quite a bit. Now, as far as what's happening with the Sunday show, I will be coming back to you on an as-needed basis. When we have important stuff like this going on, and let's be honest, okay, we can find important stuff here and there, but when we have really important stuff like seller updates, or we have big policy changes, law changes, things that are going to rock the eco space for resellers, I'm going to be here. And as you saw on Thursday, we had breaking news regarding the coronavirus. I was the first one to get a full-fledged video out, edited, and ready for consumption, so I could bring you the news that you need as soon as you need it. So make sure you check those out. We had 4 Chats with Jay videos, which are just casual discussion videos where I talk about topics just like this that I enjoy talking about. We had 1 pickups video, and we had 1 breaking news video. Now, on Monday, you're going to get a very special video. It's going to be a what sold video. So you're going to see everything that I sold between Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, because I get this often and I still don't understand why. Some people don't think I sell anything. So yeah, go in, tune in. I got a 3-day worth of sales, and you get to see not only the items that sold, you get to see actual screen caps of how much they sold for, as well as a little bit of extra information that you might need to know. But as I said before, just stay tuned in, okay? And then we're going to have, we have a bunch of interesting videos. I have a yard sale vlog video-ish thing that I just finished editing today. 10 hours worth of editing, but it's such a fun little video, so definitely check that out as well. Who do we got here? We got the one, the only Donald Lockwood. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you being here. I know how busy you get. Now, guys, it's a difficult thing, we always try our best to keep things positive here on the channel, okay? And as well as I do, there's been some stuff lately, okay? But beyond all that, I want to take a moment and I want to say thank you to someone very, very important, okay? We've had a lot of patrons come and go over the last 3 to 4 years, but it's with great regret and sorrow. For those who don't know, one of our former patrons, Adam Thompson, and a friend of mine, I've spent many hours speaking with him on the phone about business, he unfortunately passed away this last week. So just wanted to send warm wishes to his family, and just wanted to make sure that those who knew him did know as well. But thank you as always to all of our patrons who have been here. And if anyone wants to chat about it, feel free to reach out to me after the show. So carrying on, guys, as you can see, we have a new little layout going on right now. What we did is we want to do a little bit of a cleaner setup. So we've removed the on-screen chat, okay, and we've kind of push things up a little bit more into the corner and kind of push things down. We've gotten rid of the news ticker at the bottom of the screen. I felt that served as a distraction. And we've also gotten rid of the ability to like and dislike videos. It's just a little bit easier. So we just want to make everything tidy so we can focus more in on the news. Dust Ski Wong, if you're looking for consultation, here is the website, bolorama.com. You can send in a submit form and you can speak with me directly, and we will get back to you within generally 48 hours, okay? But yeah, whole host of different services there. So guys, first up, let's give a quick thank you to all of our patrons that we have with us right now. We have our top patrons. We have, I'm sorry, my window is not expanding. Michelle, Zaida, Ashley, Anna and Joe, Brandy, Rob, Tina, and Benjamin. Thank you for being our top tier patrons. I truly appreciate it. Thank you to all of our patrons who help keep this show possible. If you'd like more information, please visit patreon.com/Bolorama and learn about some of the great perks that you get and why other people are willing to spend their money so that you can have news today. Guys, 2020 spring seller update is upon us. And today we're going to talk about all the changes that you need to know, as well as some of the ones that, I'll be frank with you, I guarantee that you missed because no one else is talking about them. So starting off, they stated that we have new ways to efficiently list your inventory and ship orders and enhanced guidance for more effective selling. That was the key header for this year's seller update, the spring one that is for 2020. Also, guys, I want to be clear with you. I warned you about this last year. I said last year was going to be a 3 seller update year, a cycle, okay? And they managed to sneak in some extra stuff again. This year will almost undoubtedly be a 3 seller cycle update too. We're looking at everyone moving over to manage payments by the 6 months of this year. You'll see an update then. You'll most likely see another one. What eBay loves to do in classic fashion is right before Q4 actually starts. So on the topic of updating changes to how you actually list, the first one here is category changes. One of the big things that they shifted was getting rid of the unknown field. You know how you have your item specifics where you list out the type of items that you like? They got rid of the one that specifically said unknown, and they've moved it over to unspecified. And we're seeing with this category change happening with antiques, HVAC and refrigeration. We're seeing a lot of changes within subcategories for tech fields, and we're seeing category changes to things like toys, hobbies, kitchen, hardware, and more. Now, most of these changes are happening to get in line again with eBay's SEO requirements. Those of you who don't understand, we're talking search engine optimization, because it's not only important that eBay understands what your listing is, which I'll be frank with you, they don't, but it's important that they at least get that information across to somebody who does know how to use it, and that person being Google. Like I said before, historically, a large percentage of my sales, anywhere between 25 and 40% of my sales have passed through Google to actually convert through. So having your listings be robust, okay, is very, very important. Now, I understand the frustration that comes with seeing 40 item specifics and feeling like you have to do them all, but as we've talked about before in historic updates, is that they've moved the important things up to the very top, so you have a better idea of which ones are the most searched things by consumers. Now, we're also seeing the addition of these sidebar or these left-hand filters being added into the new Google shopping experience coming into 2020. This is, again, something we talked about at our eBay Open coverage. So make sure you have your specifics done correctly. On top of that, okay, certain category changes going from unknown to unspecified or even full-on cat changes could result in additional fees. So if you have large amounts of inventories within those categories, you're going to want to see which ones are being affected and then make sure you make the necessary changes. Now, as always, just like with previous changes we've seen in the past, stuff like having to add other item specifics, including UPCs, IMEIs, SBNs, and those types of specifics, you will see prompts on the Seller Hub over the next 30 to 90, even as far as 180 days out, of the changes that eBay wants you to make to your specific listings. Now, they also have a tool available, which is not a first-party tool, but definitely seems to be some type of third-party tool that's available on the eBay website. It's free for a month, and it's the I believe it's called the Optic item identifier. We can post it up on our website for you, but it'll allow you to go through and quickly find the things you're missing. But if you're willing to be patient, eBay will prompt you as those changes are needed. On top of that, if you're using any type of third-party listing tools or software, you are going to want to be definitely checking your stuff to make sure that the appropriate changes are working, especially if you're running your own personal API or you're using like third-party tools that allow you to multi-list to multiple sites. So if you're using like let's say the PG importer tool, or if you're using that, I can't remember what it's called, 6-bit. If you're using one of those multi-lister tools, make sure you speak with them or check for announcements to make sure that their APIs have been updated to be compatible with eBay's new category changes. Most of the big boys are going to be fine. Some of the smaller boys, you know who I'm talking about, might not be ready for some of those changes. But definitely keep your eye open on your Seller Hub for those changes as they come. Give me 1 second, guys. I want to be able to watch my specifics here and see how many people we have coming and going. We got 30 people in the house tonight. That's lovely. That makes me happy to see so many of you here tonight. More changes that we have to take on board. This is one of those things too. And, you know, I'm not always fishing for a reason to be upset at eBay, but I will say this right now. Boy, oh boy, do I not like people telling me how to do my business. And when I look at the sales velocity that I get with sites like Mercari, and I realize that they're not really pushing their listings too hard onto Google Shopping, I'm sure they're spending some level of ad spend, but the fact that they're not requiring all these insane item specifics, but I'm getting the same volume, if not higher, on Mercari leads me to believe, eBay still doesn't exactly know what they're doing, and they're trying to bandage up a problem before it gets worse, opposed to actually fixing things. $2 super chat, or some level of currency. That might be pounds. I'm not sure. Oh wait, you're in Australia, so 2 Aussie dollars. That's worth about $1.50. Thank you. $1.50 super chat for persistence and humor spelled with a U. Very nice. Thank you so much for that. I will spend that on a vegan chicken sandwich tonight. Guys, I have a quote here as well regarding Terapeak. It says, if you do not provide required or recommended item specifics, your new or revised listing will not publish and it may not show up in buyers filtered search results. I'm sorry, this isn't about Terapeak. I've color coded something incorrectly. This is a quote regarding what happens if you do not make the changes. Okay, everything on my screen, it's kind of wild here if you guys want to see it. Because I don't know if I've ever showed you how I do my notes, but everything is color coded. So as I'm doing the show with you, I have everything that I need just kind of there. And if I color code something incorrectly, I will think it's an incorrect quote, just like that. So if you were ever curious how I keep track of everything, it's about 30 or 40 pages worth of notes each and every episode. So yeah, this is not a Terapeak quote. This is an eBay quote. It says, if you do not provide required or recommended item specifics, your new or revised listing will not publish and it may not show up in buyers filtered search results. It's an important thing to understand that just because you pay eBay to have your listings on the site, and just because you've paid for placement, they are in no way guaranteed to show your listing at any time, and they are still allowed to collect your money. Okay, so remember this. They're not just saying like, we really would like it if you played ball and please add your UPCs and your MPNs to your listings. Now they're very firmly threatening and saying, if you do not do the things that we tell you to do, we may not display you. Okay. For example, if your listing has the word blue in the title or description and a buyer searches for listings using the keyword blue, your listing can appear in the search results. However, if the buyer uses the left-hand navigation, that would on your screen, that would be here. So if you use the left-hand navigation and select blue, your listings may not appear in the search results. We prioritize item specifics that are most often used by buyers and present the most filtered values to help you sell your items. Okay, so keep that in mind. It's not just about title. Okay, you need those item specifics in your listings, or they're not going to show up as people start refining down. And I'll tell you, I refine things down. If I'm looking for a nice button-up shirt, okay, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to be looking for woven. Okay, that's these nice sturdy ones that can actually be pressed and sent out to a dry cleaner and come back looking nice. So I'm looking for woven button shirts. Okay, so if I choose woven and your shirt says woven in the title, but it does not have woven on the item specifics, your item will not show up when searched that way. This is how important item specifics are. So now I'm not sitting here and telling you, okay, I'm not telling you to go through and fix every single one of your items, but I will say you should probably fix every item that you have that's over $100. Okay, because for me, that's kind of worth the trouble. I'll spend 3 to 4 minutes per listing for a $100 item to try and encourage its ability to actually convert through. And somebody here asked about promoted. Okay, it says, I've killed all my promoted listings now based on your advice. I'd rather take my chances. Wait, what did he say about promoted listings? That was another person. So a couple of things. Okay. Promoted listings is only really going to be valuable if you're in a position where you're competing with a lot of other people on a very specific type of item. Let's say face mask, for instance. There's a lot of people who are trying to push face masks right now. It's a very popular market. But if we want to even go a step further, we can talk about this toy right here. These are Super Plastic, Series 2, Janky. That's the name of them. If I want to compete against the other 400 or 500 other sellers of that item, I may want to actually consider doing some promotion so I can get placement in the top bar. Now, here's the thing with this, okay? If you have a paid promotion listing, you do have an opportunity to show up in associative categories even when somebody does the left-hand navigation drop-down. You can still be placed there. But if we're talking about organic, unpaid search, Okay, that's where you actually get excluded. Now, my thing is, I've turned off 100% of my promoted listings. At this point, I do not see any real tangible value in continuing to give eBay an extra 1 to 3% on all of my listings. I can't quantify an actual increase or conversion of sales because everything that I've sold, what seems like over the last 30 or 60 days, is items that I've listed predominantly within the last 30 to 60 days. It's not helping me with old items, and I have so much niche, so much tight category goods that if somebody's searching something, they want a blue Harley Davidson mug, if they want something like that, there's only going to be 20 listings. Why am I going to pay 3% to get extra exposure on that listing? Okay. Now, on a case-by-case basis, could you justify, if I had 100 of these and I wanted to show up in almost every search for coffee cups? Sure. Why not? Give them 5%, give them 10% if your margins can allow it. But I'm not going to throw away 3% for no reason, especially when we see changes like this coming. Guys, we have new features coming to Terapeak as well. I'm going to be frank with you. My note for that is buried someplace or missing. It might just be gone altogether. Yeah, it looks like it's missing. But off of memory, I know Terapeak is going to have new ways to be able to aggregate historic sales data, as well as being able to show you active listings as well, mixed in with historically sold listings to get you a better idea of where market value is. If you haven't seen our video on the topic yet, regarding how to price your items correctly, I strongly recommend you go see it. Utilization of Terapeak has personally helped me get more money on certain items, helped me price a little bit more aggressively where I thought I might have already been coming in heavy, to only learn that something sold a year ago for significantly more. And then I ended up pricing much, much harder and then getting the sale. The thing with Terapeak, everyone has it as long as you have more than a basic subscription. Definitely take advantage of it on items that you're not too familiar with. But again, if you're a niche seller, it's going to be infinitely valuable to you as well. We got a comment in from Dust. When I sell clothes, they sell without any promotion, but when I sell phone cases, I sell them faster with promoted listings because there's so much competition when it comes to phone cases. That's a great example. Yeah, and it's basically, what do they call it, keeping up with the Joneses. You have to pay for promotion because other people are paying for promotion. And I even did a video on it. I had a George Carlin bit in there as well, and it says that if everyone is special, no one is special. Okay? If we're all paying 3% for promotion, what are we all paying for? Okay, no one's paying for anything. So I'm at this point now where, you know how Devin Wenig said initially, he's like, you can trade a little bit of revenue in exchange for a little bit of velocity. Okay, well, I'm in the other mindset right now. I'm willing to give up a little bit of velocity to be able to get back a little bit more revenue. And I don't know about you guys. I'm willing to slow down my sales just a little bit more so I can get more money for each and every sale. And that's what I've been doing historically. I've been listing items for, almost 15 years now. So what do I care if it takes an extra week longer for something to sell, or 2 weeks, or even a month? I've got 1,000 items inside the garage right now. Something's going to sell this weekend. Some items are going to sell. So why not? Chris the Goose. Hey, good to see you, buddy. You're another person on my short list of people that I want to go have a beer with. So we have unsold listings being indexed through. Let me push your comment through. Thank you for that, Dust. Unsold listings indexing and sell-through rate. I did find the note. Aggregate and display of active listings. And apparently, because I guess people really want it, it is multi-user access compatible. Multi-user access, also known as MUA, was something that was announced at eBay Open 2019, or which I will probably forever refer to as the last eBay Open. I don't think that they're ever going to be coming back with another one again because they're fools like that. But they announced it there. Multi-user access allows you to grant access to somebody else with an eBay account to be able to get in and do work. They can basically create drafts for you. They can edit existing drafts. And now with this last update, we're seeing new changes that are going to be coming to the platform as well. And one of them is giving them access to your Terapeak account. Now, somebody had said this. I believe it was, oh God, he's from the UK. Shazad, I believe, is the one who said this. He was talking about how the Terapeak that we have now is a significantly watered down version of historic versions. The fact that we can't go back more than a year is just mind-boggling to me. I don't know why they wouldn't give us more of that data. There has to be some reason for that. That or for maybe it wasn't acquired within when the company was bought, or maybe it was even lost somehow. But I don't know. The watered-down version is now available for your multi-user access associates. On top of that, they've enabled what they call pack and pull, so that your multi-user access, your guest, we'll just call them guests, the guests on your account are going to be able to see which items you sold and then be able to have, I guess, relevant information to be able to go pull them from the shelves. But the real rub is that they're not able to make shipping labels yet. And I believe this has to do with the security concern that would be having them essentially be able to have third-party access to your PayPal or your other funding method. Now, I do believe that once managed payments becomes a thing here in the 6th month of this year, is that we're going to see eBay going ahead and enabling the usage of probably accredited or a limited amount of funding. Because the last thing you want to do is have multi-user access set up and have somebody set up a 70-pound overnight express delivery box, a $600 some odd label, just out of spite if they get upset at you or something. So I guess that's what they're trying to avoid right now. As far as other enhancements that we've seen for the listening experience, if you guys haven't tried it out yet, apparently the new app where you can make the background white is now available. I don't care, and I'm still shocked that people are so... Like, I saw some of the comments like, finally I can take photos with clean white backgrounds. And I'm like, what do you mean finally? Okay, go get a sheet and 2 lights and then use your cell phone. You've been able to take clean white background photos your entire life. You've just been too lazy to go and do it. As far as removing of backgrounds, I'm not using that feature, and I'll tell you why. I don't want my photos looking that nice. And that sounds very counterintuitive. I don't want to look like a business, okay? I just want to look like Jay the guy selling some stuff online. I know I've even had specific buyers tell me, like, yeah, I avoid those listings that look too nice because I don't want to do business with like a faceless company. I like to know that I'm able to talk with people. And I've even had this last month, I had 2 different people message me first and say like, hey, I just wanted to make sure you still have this item for sale. I'm like, no, yeah, I do. And they're like, okay, I just wanted to make sure somebody would respond in case I had a mistake. And I'm like, okay, valid. I'm not even going to tear into those issues. Let's carry on with some of this, okay? But yeah, the idea with the white backgrounds is it's going to help increase Google visibility. But at this point right now, if you're one of those people who aren't going to go out and buy 2 lights, okay, and you want to utilize the app, it's available on iOS and Android, and you want to use it to take some cleaner photos than what you have now, do it correctly still. Make sure you have good lighting. Don't take it on top of a carpet. Especially if it's a see-through item, it's not going to do you any favors. And lastly, get all your items off the ground. It's absolutely filthy when I see people take like clothing items and lay them on the carpet and then take pictures of it. Now, I'm sure it's somewhat okay if you're one of those people that doesn't wear shoes inside of your house. I don't wear shoes in my house. But if you're walking around with your outdoor shoes all over the floor, I got to remind some people, you walk into bathrooms with those shoes, public bathrooms, and then you're walking from there and you're bringing those shoes inside of your house. Do not walk on my carpets with your shoes on, people, and do not lay inventory down on the ground on carpets. As soon as I see that, I do not want to do business with a person once I see that. CatCon says, I do not edit my pics because I feel like the buyer needs to see the item as it is. Yes, there's something very nice about being able to see like the way an item naturally appears in its setting. It helps let you see scale. Yes, it's a public service announcement. If I go to your house, I will ask, can I take my shoes off before I come in? Not do I need to, but may I take my shoes off and walk around your house with socks on, okay? And then, yeah, when I see pictures of clothes on the ground, it makes me feel like the seller is too lazy. Yep. And you know what items are fine to lay on the ground? Okay, I'm going to give you a list of items right now. Rugs, that's the list, okay? There's no other items that you should be laying down on the ground taking your photos, okay? Just simple as that. Yes. And here's the other thing too, guys. Now, I want to point this out. I have seen eBay historically offer features to consumers and then turn those features into mandates. Okay, we've seen this before. Originally when they first announced the ability to add UPCs and MPNs, they said this is going to be a great thing. It's going to help your consumers be able to find your items more easily, and you're going to end up making more money and selling more goods. And I thought to myself, I'm like, man, this sounds so great. I love this. Here, let me make this a little smaller. And I'm like, this sounds great. I love this. I can't wait to utilize this. And then it got forced onto us. They're like, well, now you have to use it. And I worry the same thing's happening now because they're giving us this technology for free. Okay. And eBay doesn't like to do stuff for free. So there's got to be a rub. Either they're going to be making more money or it's part of a forced transition that's going to happen. I don't know. Somebody save this clip and we'll come back to it in 2022 when I have to announce, eBay's now requiring white background photos on all of your listings. It's going to happen. They also made some updates on how you are going to ship your items. Guys, I've gotten a lot of private people asking me regarding eBay International Standard Delivery, a brand new international shipping option that you can add to your listings on eBay. The idea is that you're going to convert more people and that they're going to be buying more stuff. Now, historically, I had a working relation with Pirate Ship, and we're going to be talking about them here in a second. I am no longer affiliated with them whatsoever. I receive no revenue. We have no affiliate links, nothing like that. But I just want to get that out there. We have no sponsors as of right now, too. We do everything privately, 100% through Patreon. But yeah, so here's how this works, guys. With this new eBay International Standard Delivery, can we even acronym that? EISD? We'll call it eBay International. That's what we're going to call it from here out. So with eBay International, they're promising a simplified pricing model, reliable tracking and visibility, USPS pickup and drop-off convenience, shipping protection for lost and damage, and which a huge asterisk, like bigger than I can fit on this screen right now, seller protection for feedback and seller standards. Okay, so eBay International is a delivery program with delivery duties unpaid, also known as DDU. And this is an important thing to understand. It means that when the consumer is buying their item, they are not paying their duties at the time they buy it. So if you've ever had somebody message you and say, like, I don't want to pay what you're asking for this item. I live in Brazil or I live in China and I don't want to pay this amount. Why is shipping so much? It's because it includes any duties or taxes that they need to pay, or DDP, delivery duties paid. They're paying that on the front end the moment they buy the item. Okay. And why have we historically done this? Okay. Why did eBay want to do it this way from the beginning? To avoid cancellations and chargebacks and to avoid refused orders. Because if I sell a $500 item to somebody, let's say in Europe, for instance, okay, import duties are nuts in Europe. Okay. And they might be paying an extra $100 to be able to get that item to them, as well as additional courier fees to the actual post out there. It's not as convenient as it is here in America. A lot of people don't realize that. We don't pay duties on anything that comes in here, comes into America. So other countries, they got to pay that money. They got to front load it the moment they buy the item. So their $500 item is now going to be $600. Okay. But with this delivery duties unpaid option, it allows the buyer to be able to get the item and then deal with customs later. Okay. I, in no way, shape, or form, recommend anyone use this service for any reason. Okay, you're opening yourself up to all kinds of chargebacks and liabilities and BS from people like, I didn't realize it was going to be so much to be able to get my item, or to be able to have it here. Can I just have them send it back to you? It's going to happen. I've seen it happen before with doing my own direct shipping, and that's why I enjoy using Global Ship Program. Now, here's the thing. Even if you don't add it to your listings, the shipping option is going to present itself to you at checkout when you're buying your label for the customer. It might even look enticing. It might even look like the cheapest option, okay? But I want to be clear, there is a cheaper option that already exists that is cheaper than eBay's International Standard Delivery. Here, let me see if I can get these charts on screen. I'm going to be honest with you, I completely forgot to add these to my slideshow. So let me do this really quick. Add image, new image. This is what I have to do every time I add something to the screen, guys. All this beautiful stuff around you. Caps. Okay. That worked out really well. So, okay, so as you can see, On the top, we have eBay International standard delivery rates, okay? And you're going to see the weight on the left side, pounds, half a pound, all the way down to 11 pounds. And across the top, you're going to see Canada, Mexico, and the rest of the world, and then Europe specifically. Now, if you look at the bottom, we have pirate ship simple export rate. Now, simple export rate is not something that's given to you by default, okay? You must ask for it. You have to have a pirate ship account and say, click that little message thing in the bottom corner, and it pops up and they'll say, ahoy, matey. And you say, ahoy. I was hoping that you might be able to help me out. I would like to add pirate ship simple export rate to my account. Jay Kraft from Reseller Roundup sent me. Can you help me? Okay. You must tell them that I sent you. You really don't have to, but guys, I would really like it because I'd love to have another deal with them again. Okay. I love their product. I think they're a great company. Tell them Jay Kraft sent you. Okay. And what you get is you get these rates that are cheaper. And these rates have been out for almost a year now. I told everyone to go and get these rates. You must ask for them. Look how simple this is. Okay. If you want to ship a 1 pound item anywhere in the world, it's $16. Okay. It doesn't get better than that. Okay. And then, like right now it's 21 on eBay, 21 for Europe. If you want to do a 2 pound package to Canada, you're looking at $14. 2 pound in Canada is $18 on eBay. If you want to do 2 pounds to the rest of the world, it's $18. 2 pounds with eBay, it's up to 22. And then it gets real bad. 3 pounds is a $10 difference between eBay's discounted rates. I'm doing air quotes off screen. Hold on. Discounted rates. Okay, compared to the pirate ship simple export rate. So take a note right now, pen and paper, or open up pirateship.com on a web browser or on your computer and say, I want pirate ship simple export rate. And Dust says that's really cheap for American sellers. That is insanely cheap for American sellers. Okay, and we don't often talk about alternative shipping options, but yeah, that's something that you guys need to know. And if you need me to put that chart back up there again, I can. Just let me know. But you should know that. And the other thing about that too is that you have a lot of protection when you do it this way. Now, if you're doing your DDU method, there's some things that you need to know about DDU, okay? The fact that when you pay for your label on eBay using DDU, you are paying the same way that you would pay for a FedEx label, okay? And a FedEx label works like this. So let's say you have an item and you box it up. Let's just say this is the size of your box. And you say, okay, 22 inches by 14 inches by 3.5 inches. Okay, I've boxed it nice, firm, tight. I've weighed it. It's 4.5 pounds. Out the door it goes. Now, here we go. Boom, it's landed on FedEx's desk. And they remeasure and they're like, oh, no. You are a 1/2 inch short. And you're a 1/2 pound under. We're going to go ahead and enter in the correct amount on this label. And you know what we're going to do? We're going to go ahead and charge your account that difference. Okay. And this is the issue that I have with it. Okay. Is that even if you get your numbers correct, you can be disputed for it later. And with FedEx disputes, the numbers can be absolutely bonkers. And the same thing's happening here with eBay. And now listen to this verbiage. Okay. Now I want you to know this. If those of you who are new to me, new to my channel, new to everything that I do, when a seller update comes out, I do not just read the seller update. Okay. I read every line of the seller update, every line of the FAQ, and every line that has been adjusted in the terms of service, okay? And we're going to get to those. I read all of it. And then I contact senior management with eBay, and I ask additional questions for clarity on stuff I don't understand. So here we go. This is directly from the FAQ. Do you guarantee delivery if I use eBay International Standard Delivery? It says each purchase of eBay International Standard Delivery service includes our delivery guarantee. Our total liability to you in respect to all losses arising under these terms, whether in contract, tort, which includes negligence or otherwise, shall be either the total purchase price of the item or $100, whichever is less. Whichever is less? How is that okay? Let me break that down for you, those of you who didn't catch that, okay? Let's say I just sold this beautiful brand new Rode was NTG microphone. I tried to hook this up to the camera right now. I was having no luck, okay? Let's say I sell this for $300 and it goes overseas and I use eBay's new service and it gets there and it just vanishes, okay, due to negligence. Let's just say the person who was in charge, eBay's courier, they just take it and smash it over their knee. They're like, I just don't like microphones, and they destroy the thing, and then they send it to the customer. eBay will compensate you up to $100. Up to. That is it. That is all the coverage that they are going to provide you on their item. The fact that they even put any type of delivery guarantee in there, because when you hear that, you're like, yeah, no, delivery guarantee. We've got you covered. If something happens, we'll take care of you. But only up to $100. A little big flipping asterisk on that as well. And we may even charge you more for the shipping. Okay? Now, here's where it gets even worse. Parcels containing any items on the prohibited items list are prohibited and are not covered. So what is the prohibited items list, okay? Going on, parcels containing prohibited items or containing any items that would be considered unlawful or illegal for any reason, including under the recipient's country import law or under the U.S. export law, are not covered by these guarantees. So if I sell an airsoft gun to Australia to somebody who does not have the appropriate paperwork to possess an airsoft gun, okay, and it ends up getting damaged in delivery, guess what? It is not covered, because I did not follow applicable law for Australia. Okay, this is why I'm saying, do not use this service, even if you know what you're doing. One, it's not cheaper. Two, it's not going to be any better for you. You're not getting the same level of protections or anything like that. Hold on, give me 1 second, guys. We got some group chat comments going on. I want to make sure everything is okay. Mike says, I'm in no way a corporate shill working for eBay or not wanting to speak on their behalf, but I think that staying in line and in compliance with guidelines for things such as white backgrounds, it will only help in the long run. Now, here's the thing. I get that. I get the advantage of having a cleaner and more beautiful site, but that's not what eBay is about. That's the problem I have. I think it goes away from the identity that eBay has had historically. Okay, if I want clean white backgrounds, I can go to Amazon, I can go to Ruby Lane. But now where are we getting our really unique and interesting backgrounds? Mercari. And that's where the money is going to. So right there with you. Love you, Mike. I appreciate your comment as always. Always, guys. Yeah, so here's the thing, guys. Be very careful. Be very careful with the with this new service if you choose to use it. One other thing, eBay International Standard Delivery is a deliveries, duties, unpaid shipping solution. Buyers won't pay duties and tax at checkout on eBay, but may have to pay carrier duties and tax upon delivery. The GSP program, or Global Shipping Program, is a DDP shipping program where they do pay that in advance. With GSP, the buyer always sees the GSP shipping charges and any costs set for the domestic shipping, freight, or etc. So guys, that's what I'm talking about. Just make sure you understand which shipping option you're choosing. Don't just grab it just because you think it's the best one for you. Now, as far as charges, okay, it says you agree to pay us the charges for services together with any additional charges as may be payable in respect to the service under these terms. And we're talking about the shipping service again still. All amounts due to us will be paid in full without any deductions, set off, or withholding, irrespective of the absence of or discrepancy on any acknowledgement receipt. I don't know. Didn't they pass a law here in California that said that all terms of services need to be intelligible language that the everyday person's just going to be able to read? Hello, Tia Dana. Hey, Mike, I'm right there with you. Mike says, as long as it doesn't affect my bottom dollar. Yeah, I'll do anything that eBay needs me to do as long as it doesn't affect my bottom dollar. But I'll tell you, time affects my bottom dollar. That's for sure. Okay, here's a fun one. Okay, so the reason I wrote this down is because they used the phrase additional charges. And I just thought this was really funny that they had to add this. It said, you may be liable to pay us for additional cost we incur as a result of your failure to comply with these terms. These will vary depending on the circumstances. For example, failed deliveries might incur cost for parcel returns. So if you send your item out, okay, and they are unable to get it to the person for whatever reason, you have to pay to get the item back at that point. If they start the process to get it back, you have to pay to get it back, and you're not going to get refunded for that. If for any reason they have to store your item, you might have to pay for that. If for any reason they must destroy your item, it says destruction, you will have to pay for that. You may also incur additional charges if you fail to correctly package an item or provide incorrect weights or dimensions on your parcel. Don't use this service. Don't use it. It's not good. Okay. There's more information here. I'm not going to read it. We're just going to waste our time if we do. Guys, there's also updates to how you promote your listings now. Okay. Offers to buyers can now start a 5-part negotiation coming in March. So you know how you've been sending out offers to people? Now it's going to be getting set up to where they can counteroffer you now. I could have sworn we had that already, but apparently offers to buyers can now start a counteroffer. So if you weren't already tired of getting a ridiculous amount of lowball offers as it is, now you can get even more of them by doing offers to buyers. And apparently, I guess there was a cap where it was only sending offers to 10 people. Even if you had like 500 interested parties on one item, it was only sending it to 10 of them. Now it's going to be bumped up to 40. I don't know why this is just happening now, especially with some of my quantity listings. And they've also removed the minimum threshold. Before, historically, you had to lower your price at least $5, at least 5% on the item. So if you had a $100 item, your offer to buyer had to be at least $95. Now, this is just kind of bonehead understanding at those levels. But now they said if you have an item that's over $200, it no longer has to be at least 5%. So let's say you have a $1,000 item and you want to offer it for $960 for whatever reason. Maybe it's like a hyper collectible thing and even $40 off is considered a generous discount. Or you're working one-on-one with a buyer and they're like, hey, can you at least knock off shipping? And the quickest way for you to do it is just to send an offer to buyer to them for that reduced amount. So now you can do that. So that's going to be cool. And now there's also some updates to how you service your customers, which I thought was a really weird way from them to phrase that. The new seller help window, it's going to be set up. You don't have to use this new window. You can still use the old one. But with the seller help window, it's going to allow you to manage refunds, returns, items not received, items not as described, and all of your cases all in one place. This was supposed to come out almost a year ago now at this point. You're also going to be able to submit requests for eBay to be able to review feedback, defects for removal, and see your recent policy notifications, including anything that went wrong and what you'll need to do to correct any issues. You'll also be able to report abusive buyers. Thanks, Dust. Yeah, make sure you check out our website, though, and get in touch with us for a direct consultation. Let's see what else we got. iNads without tracking can now be closed in 3 days. If you do not upload tracking when prompted. Guys, that's a big change. You're going to have to stay on top of your item not as described cases. There's going to be more and more people using them here over the next few months. We're going to have a bunch of brand new buyers coming to the platform for the very first time as this whole coronavirus thing happens. We are going to be having multiple classes here over the next 3 months. Okay. There's only certain things I will be publicly talking about here on YouTube regarding coronavirus because this video has already been demonetized. I will not receive revenue from YouTube for this video. I did not receive revenue for my coronavirus video regarding eBay's statement that I released a couple of days ago. They do not want to pay people for these videos. Okay. So we will be doing a small discussion on here about that as things ramp up, but we will be having 2 classes, private classes. If you want to be a part of them, patrons are included for free, but we're going to be talking about one about the shifting market and what you're going to need to do to prepare for that. Those who position themselves correctly are going to make tens of thousands of dollars this year simply because this is happening. And then we're also going to have one that's going to talk about how to effectively promote yourself and your brand locally to increase your revenue as well. Yeah, so iNads are going to be on the rise here as we have brand new buyers coming to the platform for the first time. It's just going to happen. Make sure you stay on top of it. If you don't get your tracking information put on there for some reason, let's say you're somebody like Rick Barrett who sells a lot of ticket stubs. He sells tons of ticket stubs. Okay, probably 10,000 plus over the last couple of years that he sells. He'll throw a stamp on an envelope and fire it out the door. Now, if the person gets that. And I want you to understand this timeline here, okay? I've sent the item out to the customer. The customer has received the item. Now they tell me they don't have the item. They just didn't get it because there's no tracking on it. Okay, they can open up a case. And if I do not respond to that case within 3 days with proof that I shipped it, I automatically lose that case. It's donezo. Okay? Now, here's something absolutely bonkers, okay? And I really want you to grab your flipping Kool-Aid and your tinfoil hats and get yourself comfy because this is absurd. I've never even heard of this before, okay? I send my item to my consumer. Boom, it gets to them. They have the item now, okay? It's in their hand, okay? They claim that the item didn't get there, okay? For whatever reason, we're past that window, okay? I go online and I look, and guess what? An origin scan was not done. Okay. It was never scanned in. Okay. It was never shown as delivered. It was never out for delivery. None of those things. For some reason, it just didn't scan in. But I know I'd made the label. I know I dropped it off at the post office. If they open up a case, okay, and within 3 days, I cannot prove that I shipped that item, I will lose I will lose that instantly. And here's where the real rub happens, okay? If on the 4th day, all of a sudden that origin scan comes in, I can still lose. Okay, let me read it for you. If I upload tracking, but the first scan from a carrier surfaced later than 3 business days after the case was filed, will I be protected? That is the question. If the first scan from the carrier surfaces late and the claim has already been decided, you will not be protected. For this reason, we recommend you refund your buyer if the item hasn't been shipped by the time the case is filed. Whoa, holy cannoli. Guys, make sure you get your origin scans in. That means even if you have to stand there at the counter and watch them do it, make sure it gets done. Okay, because there's lots of opportunities to lose lots of money here as well. Will I be required to provide any other information to buyers that receive protection from item not received claims filed through eBay? Guys, we have fundamental changes in what you are required to do to protect yourself as a seller. This is a little bit surprising to me. 1, the item has to have a delivery status shown as delivered. 2, it must have a date of delivery associated with it. I guess some carriers do not have that. 3, the shipping address must match the address on the order. If you take nothing away from what I've told you today, this is the most important detail of this entire video. You can no longer accept alternate addresses via eBay message system on an item. If somebody has gotten it incorrect, you must cancel the order, select the reason, buyer address incorrect, okay, and have them repurchase the item again with the correct information. You can no longer send it out with them providing you an alternate address under any circumstances. You are not covered any longer. And you had been covered for the last few years. You are no longer covered on eBay for that. And here's a new one. This is an interesting one, okay? You must have signature confirmation for items that cost $750 or more. Okay. If your item is $751 and you do not have signature confirmation on that, okay, you will not be able to provide all the necessary details to defend yourself against an item not received claim on eBay. These are just new policies, guys. So make sure you protect yourself on eBay. And this is what I was talking about. Yeah. Oh, I never do signature confirmation ever. Yeah. So that's the thing about it. Make sure you're protected. Make sure you understand these things. It has to have a shipment status of either accepted, in transit, or delivered, and the addresses must match. On top of that, guys, we also have fundamental changes to how calling in and getting cases closed is now changing. You can no longer call in and say like, hey, this person hasn't shipped their item back in time to get your request closed. This is starting on April 1st. On top of that, we're supposed to be seeing additional protections against negative feedbacks and such. If somebody, this is kind of a cool thing. Okay. I kind of like this. Person opens up a case against me. They're angry. They're like heated. Okay. I want really take this to heart, guys. I never, ever give out advice like this on air. It's really valuable advice. Okay. Do not message somebody who leaves you a negative feedback if you have an open case against them. Don't do it. Do not engage with them. Okay. If somebody buys something from me and they are angry for whatever reason, and they just want to vent, they just want to get their feelings out there, and they opened up a case against me and they feel entitled to return an item. And I know I've done nothing wrong. Okay. But it's looking like the powers that may be are going to force me to take this return back, which rarely happens. But the important takeaway here is do not message them if they have left you a negative feedback, okay? If they do that, if they leave you a negative and they request to return it back, give them the damn label. Just give it to them, okay? Now, if they do not return the item within the specified time now, okay, they are changing the way that this works. It will now be closed in your favor. Okay, if they do not return it back within the time, auto closed in your favor, feedback will be removed instantly. Okay, that's the plan. So keep this in mind. If you engage with them and you get them even more fired up for whatever reason, they're probably gonna follow through and ship that item back to you. But I can't tell you how many people forget to send that item back, and the time just slips by. Let the time slip by. Let those cases close. Keep that money in your pocket. I have a video coming out tomorrow, I believe, tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. It actually talks about, or did it come out yesterday? I don't know. I have a video out, either out or on the way, talking about combating returns and what you can do on eBay to prevent getting a ton of returns coming back to you. And that's another thing that you need to know there. One of the other thing too, guys, are saying that there's going to be new protections against people who are opening multiple accounts. I don't understand how this is supposed to work. Okay. It says now you can cancel a transaction from a buyer you've previously blocked if they purchase another item from you, and will also protect you from any defects or feedback. While hundreds of millions of transactions are completed on eBay each year without any issue, a very small percentage of buyers aren't good trading partners. When this happens, you can block a buyer so they can't purchase from you again. If they try purchasing from you again, we have your back. How? Okay. How do you have my back, eBay? How are we supposed to do this? The question was, how do I know if I've previously blocked a buyer? You can conclude the buyer is the same person you have previously blocked if the buyer account shows the same name or address as a previous buyer account, or the buyer is bidding on or buying the same listing while engaging in the same abusive habits or abusive activity. Okay. Now, CatCon, you hit the nail on the head. I got that right here on my notes. Why can't eBay use IP tracking to determine if it's the same person or not? I didn't realize I was supposed to keep an informal record book of every single person's address and then compare them to each order to make sure that they're not on my abusive buyer list. I don't know. Pretty straightforward to me. But yeah, when you do this, you can choose something is wrong with the buyer's shipping address. It's wonky. It's not going to work correctly for a while. I'm not going to spend any more time on it. Oh yeah, and then there's another fundamental change too, with international sellers who are selling stuff to people here in America from warehouses within America. So if I buy an item from New Mexico, but it's clearly a Chinese seller who has a warehouse here, they send the item to me, the item is defective and I want to return it, they are going to now be required to give me an American address that I can return the item to. And if they do not provide me with an American address within 3 days, I automatically win any case up to $25. Guys, do you want some free stuff right now? That's what I'm hearing, okay? You can have all the free stuff you want, up to $25 from any international seller that does not have a domestic address here for returns in America. Just saying, there's going to be a lot of that activity going on here soon, but I guess this is eBay's next push to try and make the platform a more welcoming place for American consumers. Even though they're in bed with China, and we've talked about this before, they're literally rolling out the red carpet, but they want to make the American consumer feel better about doing business on a platform that's predominantly ran by Chinese sellers. Cool. Let me go through my notes real quick. Oh yeah, there's changes to how you manage your financials. Guys, we talked about it before. Okay, they're changing everything over to manage payments. If you don't know what that is, you're going to have to go watch some older videos on that. Just look up Audien. It'll get you in the right direction. Now you can switch it from a daily to a weekly payout. I'm probably going to do weekly because I don't want to see those individual transactions going in. That was it for that part. That's basically the bulk of the update. We're going to talk real quick about some of the changes to the terms of service here. I went ahead and reviewed both documents, the last terms of service that was updated as of February 22nd, and then the one previous to that, which I believe was January 28th. Was the time before. They said one little bit of interesting addition was that a person with whom transactions are prohibited under economic or trade sanctions. So they've added that to the terms of service that those people will not be allowed to use the platform. I guess we've had some foreign entities using eBay as a means to import goods that they weren't allowed to have imported to their country due to economic sanctions. The phrase eBay commerce was a phrase that was used to represent essentially Adyen, or managed payments as they like to call it, has now been replaced with the payments entity. And I just found it really interesting that they chose to make that changeover on the phrasing. I don't understand fully the implications of it now, but if I had an infinite amount of time, I would certainly dig into it a little bit more for you. And here's another line that uses it well. It says the contract for sale underlying the purchase of goods is directly concluded between the seller and the buyer in the same manner as for transactions for which the payment entity does not manage payments. So that's just basically, I guess, to open up the door for, what is it, either escrow or what we talk about, bank drafting options, to be able to do larger transactions to try and bait those types of consumers in as well. Guys, there was also a wording in here too regarding holds on your money with managed payments, which is something important to understand. eBay will have unprecedented access to be able to not only suspend your account, but suspend your money as well. It says, we anticipate that managed payment transactions proceeds will generally be settled in your bank account approximately 2 to 7 business days after the buyer's transaction. Now, this is a change as well. Who remembers 2 to 4 business days? Or 2 to 3, then 2 to 4, then 2 to 5 business days was what I was told last at eBay Open. And now 2 to 7 business days, which ultimately means what, 7 plus 4? Because you're gonna have 2 weekends in there as well. You could be looking at up to 13 days, okay, before you get your money from a sale now. Okay. 2 to 7 business days after the buyer's transaction, although actual settlement times may vary for individual transactions, notwithstanding any other terms about holds on the eBay service. You agree that we may place holds on your funds or instruct a payment service provider to hold your funds prior to disbursement. Wowzers. Okay, so those of you who don't understand, basically saying eBay can hold your money if they feel they need to hold your money, and they can tell your bank to hold your money, okay, or your payment, your payment service provider, which I guess would be Adyen in the service, to hold your funds prior to distribution. So they can say, Adyen, don't give them the money yet, just hold it. Okay, this is basically the same thing that PayPal did historically, but we had a little more power because we could log into our PayPal account and we could open disputes and we could call PayPal and say, hey, just give me some of this money. The transaction's fine. Look at it. Okay. Each hold may be based on factors including seller history, seller performance, returns, chargebacks, disputes, riskiness of the listing category, transaction value, or the filing of an eBay money-back guarantee claim. Holy cow, guys! Why is no one talking about this? Are you selling risky goods? Are you selling stuff that people, generally consider something that might not be real? What's a risky good? We've already talked about eBay playing ethics police over the last, 5 years now. And now they're going to choose what's a risky category and what's going to be eligible for chargebacks. One other change too. Hold on here. Where did I put my other thing? I actually messaged eBay about this as well. Let me see if I can pull that up really quick, because I asked them, I was really upset about this. And I asked for some clarity. There's another statement in here as far as settlement of transactions. It says, we will initiate settlement of proceeds actually received for managed payment transactions to the bank account you linked in your eBay account during onboarding to enable managed payments. So those of you guys who don't know yet, when you switch over to managed payments, you're going to have to provide them with banking info. If you do not have a routing and account number, okay, I know there's a lot of you out there, bolarama.com. Visit me, send me a message. A specialist will be in touch with you, okay? We will help you get one that does not require a bank, okay? You do not have to have a bank to be on managed payments. I know there is a lot of you who have PayPal who do not have a bank right now, okay? If you need help with that, let me know. No one else can help you with that. We can help you with that, okay? And you're also probably going to have to provide your social security number. A lot of people are leaving because of that. They don't want to give up their social. Don't blame them. Your transaction proceeds, other than those being held as described in the next paragraph, will be aggregated to a daily batch for settlement to you on a regular basis. For example, a single daily settlement for all transactions ready to distribute to you on that day. Unless otherwise, I got to take some coffee for this. Unless otherwise requested by you and agreed to by us. However, we may diverge from this procedure as needed for compliance or operational reasons. If we are unable to settle your proceeds, then, depending on the reason why we are unable to settle your proceeds, we may refund the buyer. In the event that we cannot process your information for technical reasons, or you violate these payment terms of use, basically meaning if your account isn't set up correctly, okay, and they can't get the money into your account, they're just going to give it right back to the person that sent it originally. Okay? Here's the rub. Get ready for it, guys. Otherwise, proceeds these funds in accordance with applicable law, including abandoned property laws such as escalating funds to a governmental body after the passage of an applicable period of time or our policies. What does that mean, guys? What does that mean? It means if you owe back taxes, okay? It means if you owe money to the government, okay? That means that the government will have the ability to potentially step in, and request these funds before they even hit your bank account. Think about alimony, child support, stuff to that effect. I have pressed eBay for 2 days to get an answer to what cheating funds to a government body specifically means. Like, could they give me some additional color regarding that phrasing? They have still yet to get back to me. I will be in touch with the small business ambassador team here come the morning, if need be. But guys, damn, that's scary stuff, okay? They're taking a lot of power here, and it's really starting to bother me. Timothy Thomas says, what's wrong with PayPal? Seemed to work fine for years. PayPal was the best thing to ever happen to eBay. I'll say that right now. The fact that they couldn't continue to make that work, the fact that eBay was so damn greedy for 0.2%, 0.2%, that we're all doing this right now. It just boggles my mind. Like, I get that that's a lot of money when you're talking about millions, but I mean, it's like loading 2 shotguns and pointing them at both feet and pulling the triggers. I don't understand it at all. That's all I want to talk about the seller update. I don't think I can do it anymore, guys. It's a rough seller update. I think 2020 will be my last year on eBay. I'm just going to say that right now. And I'm not one to like cause chaos or cause BS, cause drama and stuff like that. I just don't think it's the marketplace that's going to be the right place for me moving forward. I'm going to start putting a lot of things onto Mercari. Yeah, let me Google that first, because I read that incorrectly until right then. It means to hand over. Ugh, that's even worse. It's time to get a job. No, we got a job, buddy. We got a job. This is it right here. Guys, did you see the town hall? You guys see that town hall? Holy cow. I put out a supercut on it. If you guys don't know what a supercut is, it's a parody piece. It's a comical piece. It's meant to be entertaining and funny through the means of editing. It's not meant to be taken seriously. Some of you took it far too seriously. Okay, you're like, oh, you're making them all look really bad. I'm like, they made themselves look bad, and I just cut it in a way that really highlighted that. Okay, don't get in front of a camera if you're not comfortable in front of a camera, and don't think that you can sit down the day of. Okay, if you've never done camera work, be handed materials the day of, and then you're just going to sit down in front of a camera and you're going to single take it. Okay, it doesn't work that way. Okay, they could have pre-recorded it and then rolled it out. They could have edited it. I could have edited them and made them sound infinitely better than they actually did. Okay, Town Hall was like an SNL skit. Did you see my supercut? The supercut was on point. Okay, now here's the thing. Okay, I appreciate them trying to make something there, but I'll be frank with you, they're pandering. And they're pandering hard to their American base, because their American base isn't just sellers. Their American base is also buyers. And I'll tell you right now, it's a disproportionate percentage of the sellers are active buyers opposed to the general market. They want to make sure that their sellers are happy here. Okay, on top of that, we get some really unique items that actually give eBay the flair that it needs to attract more consumers. Because if all you have is Chinese garbage on the website, great, I can go anywhere else for that and get it for the same price. I can just go ahead and go to the same site where I buy all my groceries and home goods. We call that site Amazon. It's a tiny site you might have heard of. I'll just go there and do everything that I need if eBay isn't going to offer me some cool and unique items I can't find anyplace else. So they're trying really hard to try and pander to this American audience. And time, they want to try and get people buttered up and comfortable before managed payments becomes a thing. I think what they're going to do is they're probably going to try and do one of these a month. And boy, oh boy, I am salivating for the opportunity to edit down another one of their videos. I cannot wait for the next one to come, because I'm going to be rough next time. And people were asking me like, man, you were so hard on them with your edit. I'm like, no, I was being nice. I was being gentle. Okay. I'm going to edit it so damn hard the next time one of these things come out. But I'm telling you, as we get closer to managed payments, you're going to see more of this pandering coming from them. They're going to try and make it seem like everything is fine. Everything is not fine right now, okay, on eBay. And you saw the look on David Sweetnam's face when he said, like, yeah, eBay it's fine, or it's great. Like, there was that I did not edit that pause in. That is an organic pause. Things are not good right now. Confidence is low within managed payments. If you haven't seen my videos on this, please go do it. It's a good video. It's great stuff. Now, guys, we got to talk about the one, the only, the elephant in the room, and that is coronavirus. Yeah, and forgive me, I didn't want to make over-the-top slides. I just don't have time for that right now. I just want to focus more in on the news and stuff that was actually important right now. I reached out to eBay, and I asked them for a little bit of color of what we can expect regarding the international scene as far as affected buyers and sellers. And they said, we're not seeing widespread reports from buyers due to limited transportation options and extension of the Chinese New Year holiday, as well as sellers potentially not being able to send packages out due to some quarantines. Many packages may take longer than originally expected. We have adjusted the EDD, or estimated delivery date, to compensate for these potential delays. Please work closely with sellers on any questions you may have regarding your purchases. We will continue to monitor the impact from the outbreak for any future evaluation cycles. Now, I can tell you from firsthand experience, any given time throughout the month, I usually have somewhere between, 3 to 5 packages that I'm ordering from China each and every month. And it's a whole range of different things. Usually it's small quality of life things, clips, plugs, wires, other junk that I need. Just starting this last week, I've actually seen some of my packages that I ordered over a month ago finally start to hit the delivery cycle. Be decent people, okay? If you have packages coming from China, thank them for sending them, wish them well, leave them good feedback. They're going through a lot right now. This coronavirus stuff too. We got to talk about this. I put out a video the other day about how eBay has restricted the sale of coronavirus supplies to those who actually need them in concerns regarding price gouging, okay? People like me spent 8 hours out sourcing specifically for the market, and I've gotten a lot of flack for it. Jay, you really shouldn't be selling hand sanitizer. It's the wrong thing to do. Okay, I want to clarify one more time. Okay, people do not need hand sanitizer. You do not need hand sanitizer. Hand sanitizer is a luxury good. Soap and water, based by the CDC's statements, will do a far superior job of cleaning your hands than hand sanitizer. It is a luxury item that no one, for the most part, actually needs. Now, there's going to be some people, okay, who are exceptionally high risk for whatever reason that they maybe need to sanitize semi-regularly, okay? I guarantee you those people have stock, but if you need some of it, tell me, I'll give you some for free. I don't care. That's not what I'm here for, okay? But I didn't go out intentionally seeking to strip store shelves to turn a profit online. The market got to a point where I looked at it and I said, this is so valuable, okay, that it's now worth my time to go out and get some. Let's just say chapstick, for instance. $1.50 to $2 a tube. Are you going to get up and go out and find chapstick right now and list it on eBay? Heavens no. Not a chance at all. But if you wake up today and, hey, chapstick's $20 a tube. What? How much are people paying for chapstick right now? $20? Yeah, okay, I'm going to stop everything I'm doing. I'm getting in the car, I'm driving all over town, and I'm going to find every single stick of chapstick that I can find. Okay? It's no different than any other good. I've got a buddy, Shane, Rise and Grind Picker. He literally spent like 9 hours sourcing the other day all over his site. That guy is raking in bucks right now, and it's not even like emergency supply type stuff. Everything from like eye drops to swabs, to all kinds of different things. Quality of life goods for sure. But if the market is speaking to you about a specific product and you want to go get it, go get it. I think eBay is wildly foolish for stopping the flow of commerce just based on what they want to do. Okay, it doesn't make sense to me. So if you have those goods, what I'm going to tell you right now is I sold through a good portion of my stuff. I was so fortunate that there was 34,000 listings at the time that I recorded that video. If you didn't see it, it came out on Thursday. By the time I was done, uploaded, and it was on air, the listings were down to 9,000. And then by the next morning, there was 4,000. I was lucky that 2 of my listings were there. And I've been asked a lot. A lot of people have asked me this, because not only did I sell $500 worth of supplies, all of those listings got removed. I have people's money right now, okay? They cannot see the transaction. I can't message these people, okay? The items have been removed from eBay. I am a concierge member, and I didn't even get warning, and they just yanked them from the site. So now I have to go through PayPal, try and find them, guarantee you they're on hold right now, try and contact the customer, and it's made the entire process more difficult. And you know, right here, see John Stossel's video on price gouging. It is AKA called The Free Market and Supply and Demand. It truly is supply and demand. That's what it is. What are we going to say? No toilet paper? Are we not allowed to list toilet paper online now? Because, I mean, we could call that an associated product. There's a run on toilet paper. Okay. I think the government told them to, because all online sites are doing the same thing. And Donna, I'm not going to disagree with you on that. The way that the actual law is written, it states that if you are a distributor of such goods, historically a distributor of such goods, you cannot increase your prices by more than 10% right now due to a panicked state or due to a state of emergency. I have never sold these items before. I've never had an interest in selling these items before. I only became interested in selling these items when the market told me I want these items. Okay? And I don't care what the item is. You could tell me, Jay, bags of coal are trading at $200 a bag right now. Okay? And the Coal Mart still has 3 shelves worth of coal left. You might want to go get it. And I'll turn the microphone off right now. I'll shut the stream down. I'm going to Coal Mart and I'm buying every bag of coal that they got there. And I'm going to bring it right back. I'm going to get it listed. And I'm going to get paid. Okay? Because that's what we do as resellers. The market is going to determine the items that we work with. I don't go out and buy items that aren't going to sell for something down the line. And the thing is, I have other goods I could list too, you know? And some people genuinely need these things. And you know what? Here's the biggest rub. Here's the biggest problem I had. When I listed my sanitizer, was I listing it for stupid money? No, because I'm not an asshole. I'm not a horrible person. 2 bottles, $20 shipped. That was the price. 2 8-ounce bottles. Okay. What are you paying for? Okay. How much is a sanitizer? $3 a bottle, maybe? You know, if you're going to, go to your store and get it, maybe not the cheapest store in town, I pay $3 a bottle. Let's even say you pay $2 a bottle. You're into it for $4. It's going to cost me $5 to ship it. Minimum. Okay. These sanitizers are not light. Okay. Some of them, when I was shipping them out, it was $9.50 to $10.50 to ship them. Okay. I'm making $5 for each pair that I sell. So for me to have it be worth my time and trouble, I need to go get like 40 pairs to make it worth my trouble for the day. And I need to go get wipes, and I need to go get other products. And I have to risk $500 to $1,000 of my money in hopes that the product will actually sell through. I'm competing with a saturated market. I watched that happen. But you know what happened? You know what the real rub is? Is that after they went through and they started pulling all these listings, I raised my price. I went from $19.99 to $29.99. Okay? I sold out at $29.99. So the opportunity for the consumer to be able to get the best price during a competing market, because I would have had to compete with other sellers at the time, that competing market got destroyed. Okay? And then it became the Wild West again. Whoever's listing could stick, whoever could get the item to the consumer first, they're the ones who got paid. Okay? The market was speaking for itself. The market was even making appropriate corrections for itself. When the prices get super, super high, $90 a bottle? Oh, I'm off. I am off for the week. I'm getting in my car. I'm renting a U-Haul. I'm going up and down California for $90 a bottle. Okay? I'll beat on every single tiny pharmacy that I can find. I'll even hire somebody to come with me and make phone calls as we're driving down the freeway to see what we can find, and check in local marketplaces to check for local sellers. Okay? When the prices get to a certain point, everyone else sees the value of it, and then the market starts correcting itself. I don't care what the good is. This is true across the entire board. Collectible figures. Okay? Blind box figures, booster box. Think of trading cards. Okay? When a single trading card inside of a box, let's take this one for instance. Okay, so inside of this set, this is Burning Shadows, Sun and Moon. I have maybe 100 of these. I don't even know how many I have. I have a massive position on these, okay? These are trading for about $100 to $110 a box right now, okay? Inside of this box, there's potentially a golden Charizard card. Y'all know Charizard. You guys grew up with Charizard, okay? Right now, this box is worth $110. But now, if the supply and the scarcity on that golden Charizard, let's just say they all get bought up, and now the market value goes up to $800, we have a thing we call it EV, or expected value. The expected value of an individual box, because it potentially has an $800 card, starts going up. So what's going to happen is people are going to start buying these and start splitting these open, because it's going to be worth the trouble. People are willing to take on the risk because there's so much money on the back end. And then what happens? The market will correct itself. But now once this supply is completely gone, that's when we're going to start seeing bonkers prices. We're going to see through the moon prices. But the supply never ran out. Okay? You could still go to Home Depot. You could still go to Dollar Tree, Dollar General. I bought stuff on Wednesday this week. Okay? In California. State of emergency, California. Okay, I went out and bought some on Wednesday. I had no problem getting it. You're not paying me for the sanitizer. I just want to be very clear. When you buy sanitizer from me on eBay, you're not paying for the sanitizer. The sanitizer is a gift from me to you. You're paying for the convenience. You're paying because you don't want to make phone calls, okay, and you don't want to drive all over town, and you want the peace of mind that comes from having a bottle of sanitizer in your car and in your house. Okay, that's what you're paying for. The sanitizer is free. In the grand scheme of things, you're paying for the convenience. Let the market correct itself. Mr. Exquisite, then it's the race to the bottom. The market always corrects itself. It truly does. I'm really happy that I got to share that little bit. I wasn't planning on going that deep in on this topic, but I'm happy that we did get to have a brief talk about that. I love talking about markets. Fat Girl Sewing says it's like when they capped gas prices back in the 70s. Didn't work out very well. Damn right. I want to tell you too, guys, as this coronavirus stuff continues to move forward, if you have an interest in me talking about the economic impact for resellers in future episodes and future videos, please let me know. Okay, because there's going to be a lot of things happening, and I know this is predominantly a reselling channel. That's really what we do here. But I feel that there's a real need for highly detailed economic information on a general everyday person like me and you level. So if you want that, let me know, and we can have talks about that. Okay. I see a couple people want. We'll do a chat with Jay this week. So either Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, keep your eyes open. I'll start releasing some content on the topic. Just remember, okay, throw me a flippin' bone, guys. I do not, and I'll even show you right now, I do not get paid for coronavirus videos. I'll even show you within YouTube. So if you look at this right here, okay, we even have I have a scheduled video coming out tomorrow. So if you see all the green ones, all these green ones mean that I'm getting paid on them. That means that I collect ad revenue. And it's not much. But if you look at the coronavirus video right there, see that yellow one? That yellow means that it's limited and is not suitable for all advertisers. So I'll even show you that too. I can't click on it on here. But yeah, it's not suitable for all advertisers. And then because of that, we don't really get paid on them. So you can see that right when the video came out, as soon as it first came out, I had that little green blip right there. And then as soon as they realized it was a coronavirus video, they turned off the advertising. So I got paid 35 cents to make that video. Not really great. So if you want to help out, throw us a bone. Goes a long way, guys, with what we're doing. And I'm not going to get paid for this one either, which is very unfortunate. Guys, Tiny Bits and Developing Stories. We talked about this historically. PayPal is changing the way that they are doing refunds. If you buy this off me on eBay and you pay $110, PayPal is going to take their 3% right off the top, okay? 3% of $110? Anyone? No? Okay, so it's a little over 333 plus another 33 cents, 366 right off the top, guys. Now you will not get that money back if the consumer chooses to cancel the order. If they say, I just don't want it anymore. I changed my mind. Okay, PayPal is going to keep that money starting now. Okay, this was a change that happened on Thursday this week. So if somebody's canceling an order on you, I'll tell you what I do. Is it technically allowed on eBay? Technically, there's no ruling against it, okay? what I do is if somebody says, yeah, I changed my mind, I want to cancel that order. Hey, not a problem. We do charge a standard cancellation fee. It's generally 20%, but I can work with you if you want. We can just round it out. We can just do $5 today. If you want to send that over, we can go ahead and cancel out your order. And most people, okay, will say, it's a mix. I get 50% will say, okay, sure, that's fine. Where do I send it to? And then the other 50% of people will say, do I really have to pay that? And I'll say, if you'd like, we can ship your item out. It's entirely up to you. Which one do you want to do? And if they say, well, I'm not going to pay that, I'll just go ahead and cancel it out because I just don't care. But 50% of people will give me anywhere between $5 and 20% of the value of the order. It's really what kind of mood I'm in that day, because ultimately my time is being wasted. I've listed an item, I photographed it, I made it available for sale, you've sold it, no one else can buy it, now I have to cancel it and relist it, and you want to take my money from me. No, not happening. Not a chance. So I will ask for the money, and if somebody voluntarily gives it to me, and I can show you, I've probably gotten about 30 of these over the last year. If somebody wants to voluntarily give me their money because maybe they feel compelled to, I'll take it. And I haven't had problems. Now, obviously, protect yourself, do what's right for your account, yada, yada, yada. Okay. That's just my little word of the wise to you right there. Guys, that's all our news coverage for the week. If you have any questions now, we are opening up the floor to live Q&A. Feel free to ask your questions right now. We'll be happy to get to them. You can ask me about pretty much anything we covered regarding our seller update, town hall meeting, or the coronavirus. If you guys want to talk about economic coronavirus stuff and statistics, I don't think you'll find a more well-versed person on the topic. Did you guys hear Italy quarantined 16 million people today? All kinds of different provinces were shut down across Italy due to this. And, I've even started hearing stuff on the other side now. I've heard a little bit of both sides where some people are saying, yeah, oh no, it's just the media trying to make it way worse than it actually is. And it's not really that bad. I don't know. It sounds like the same type of way that people would talk about climate change not being a thing. And I guess while I'm at it, I'll just continue to upset different groups of people. But there's a lot of people who are feeling that. Candy Flip Records ask, how do you reckon eBay has Jay? Amazon will swallow everything. How long do the others have, do you think? Well, how long will I enjoy being on the marketplaces? I think eBay, I think this will probably be my last year on eBay, which is really unfortunate. Unless some things radically change, like radical fundamental changes to the way that the platform is done. We may even have to see like a basic mode and an expert mode in the same way that you would see in video games. Oh, you mean how long as a company will they last? I think we're in some real trouble right now for eBay. The fact that another firm, Starboard, has stepped up and they've started to take a little bit of the pie. There's not going to be much identity left to eBay. I'll tell you, eBay can save themselves. Okay, they need somebody like me, not necessarily me. Would I take the job? I would 100% take that job, though. They need a person like me to get on camera and say, guys, you won't believe this. eBay is the best site ever. Let me tell you why, and then make actual fundamental changes to the company. Like walk through the door and be like, guys, this app sucks. Okay. We need an entire team of people to fix this heinous app right now. Okay. It's the worst thing ever, and make actual changes happen. Somebody who has a pulse on what the people are feeling on the ground level right now. I feel like this massive disconnect between me and everyone else. Let me take a look at some more of these comments. Hopefully that satisfied you right there. But I guess eBay's going to last a minimum of a couple more years. I'll say that much. My time on there is going to vary. How long will Amazon last? Amazon will last until I'm ready to retire. They're not going anywhere anytime soon. Bezos could go around killing baby deers for the next, every day he could kill a baby deer for the next year. They'd be like, that's just what Bezos does. He just kills baby deers, and the stock will be stronger than ever. Nothing's going to happen to them. If quarantine becomes widespread, do you think we will still have mail service to send and receive parcels? Yes, I do think we will. I can't see a reason why mail service would stop, predominantly for the fact that people receive medication to their doorsteps and other quality of life things that are very, very important. And I don't know, if we lost the ability to send and receive packages, I mean, that's it, guys. That's get your shotgun and hunker down by your door and you have your supplies ready. Like, people don't realize the absolute importance of mail delivery to keep to keep a country together. It's ridiculous. Even look at, you guys remember when we talked about competitive sites? Remember when we did a tour of other sites that are competing in Korea and China? We talked about Jingdong.com, or known as JD. JD hired 20,000 extra delivery people simply to handle the amount of delivery food orders that they're getting in China right now from people who do not want to go out. You're going to see that happen here as well. You're going to see a massive influx of new delivery drivers coming to the market. I don't think enough people are taking this seriously enough. My partner and I have been talking about this for quite a while now, and she was giving me that whole, I don't think it's that big of a deal. I think you're like kind of getting a little bit like too worked up about it. And yeah, I do consume way too much content on the topic, but I think it's certainly time to start worrying. I would say that if you're watching this and you're like, what's coronavirus? Like, what are you guys talking about? I think that you need to go get to a computer and spend some serious time there and just get familiar with what's going on. CatCon says, I'm finally in the process of making my move out of eBay. I'll tell you right now, CatCon, I'll tell you where I'm at. When I have a bin of items, I'm looking at it differently now. I'm asking myself, do I want to put this on eBay? Do I believe this will sell on eBay before I'm ready to leave the platform? Or should I just go ahead and put it on Mercari? So if I plan to leave eBay by the end of the year and I have an item that I think is going to take a year and a half to sell, I'm just going to put it on Mercari at this point. And that's really where I'm at. And I expect Mercari to come up to the table with some more rich features here soon. And as they start to scale, they're going to have to reach out to the public. They cannot stay as quiet as they're staying right now. Somebody remind me. I'll make it a point to really try and press them to get some answers and get them to step up to the plate. Do the leaders of eBay actually sell? No. Devin Wenig himself had an eBay store, and he only had 2 items up there ever. He had a pair of shoes and a book. And you can still go look at his account. You can send him a message on eBay. I have his eBay account if you want it. And you can send Devin Wenig, send him a message if you even, I guarantee you he doesn't check his own eBay anymore. That's not happening. He probably doesn't even have his own login account information for his own eBay. Thoughts on eBay buying Mercari? Not a chance, Chris. And I'll tell you why. Why buy an old defunct website running on old HTML coding when you can build a brand new one that's 10 times more functional and probably still have several $1 billion left over to spend on advertising? That's my take on it. But that's one of those questions that me and you could roundtable discussion for at least a couple of hours. Mail stops, forget it's over. Yep, mail drives the economy 100%. If Mercari is successful, we'll see more marketplaces either pop up or rise as well. Well, here's the thing. I mean, there's going to be a thing. It's going to be peak marketplace saturation. I don't really think we can handle too many more marketplaces. I mean, we have some pretty big players and everything is pretty well covered. And if somebody new is going to come to the table, they're going to have to bring something heavy to the table that nobody else is bringing. I'll tell you, the first website that does video previews of their items, just like, it wasn't Jingdong. What was the name of the site? Coupang. Koupang.com. Coupang has and they're the leaders in South Korea. Coupang made more money and had more growth than eBay South Korea did last year. It was mind-boggling to see. They had 57% growth last year as well. And they have video previews of the items. So you can actually, like giant stuffed animals, you see a girl holding the stuffed animal, you get the idea of scale, they squeeze it, you can see how soft it is, they brush it, you can see the felt. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Let's see here. Yep, I am only posting things to eBay that are free to me that I can take the loss on. Yeah, there you go. On a scale of 1 to 10, how worried are you that this ConV spreads? Also the chat, how worried? I don't know what you mean by chat. If you want to give me a little clarity here. How worried am I that coronavirus will spread? Well, here's the thing, guys. I have multiple masks, okay? I have really high-end N100 like filtration mask for painting and doing stuff like that, and I'll totally filter it out. And then I have or P100, and then I also have 4 N95 3M masks. Now here's the thing, okay? You're not going to believe this, but I bought those 3M masks on Thursday at a pharmacy here. 3M N95 respirator mask were still available in my town. I bought the last 4 that I could find. So they're there. They are totally there. Oh, you're asking chat. Chat. Okay, here's the question, chat. On a scale of 1 to 10, how worried are you about the spread of coronavirus right now? Okay, 1 to 10, enter it in the chat. I'm curious as well. Thank you for that question, Dana. It's a great question. Me personally, I'm going to tell you how worried I am. I am 0% worried, and I'll tell you why. Because I'm going to contract it. It's going to happen. I will end up with coronavirus. I am planning on selling all of my masks because it's inevitable. I'm going to contract it. You're going to contract it. Everyone's going to contract it. It's going to happen. Okay? And here's the scary part, guys. Okay? We have basic sanitation here in America. We have that. Okay? But look at countries like India and Iran and Pakistan, Afghanistan, all these countries that do not have it. I mean, even India's leader, I don't even know what the name, what you call him. I can't even remember his name right now. The campaign he ran on last year, one of the big things to try and get him into his office, or the last time he ran, it was to install 110 million toilets in the country. Okay? People don't realize, we have massive countries with billions of people in them that are still taking shits out. Yeah, thank you, Modi. Yeah, still taking shits outside on the railroad tracks. And we're not talking like a couple of people are doing it. We're talking thousands of people are going outside and shitting on the tracks, shitting behind buildings, shitting in the rivers, okay? And if we're going to be concerned about the spread of the virus here, think about this. They've got hundreds of cases there. The damn health minister, one of those health minister guys, I can't even remember his name either, contracted coronavirus after telling everyone not to worry. It's going to happen. We're all going to get it. I'm going to sell my mask. I'm going to get my money while I can. If you want to buy my mask, send me a message, okay? I'm going to get my money while I can. While the getting is good, I have plenty of sanitizer. I'm going to sell all that too. I have protective suits. I'm going to sell all that too. I have no need for it. It's just going to happen. Okay, I was at the swap meet the other day. Here's the thing, guys. I was in Vegas last week. Okay? Do you have any idea what the Vegas Strip looks like right now? Okay? On a Friday night, 50,000 to 150,000 people out walking around? Okay? You think we can stop the spread of that? No, not a chance. If any one person, if they dare utter the iota that somebody in Las Vegas has contracted coronavirus, it's game over for that town. It's game over. They cannot afford to have something like that happen. That will be probably the last town you'll hear about it, but I'm willing to bet every dollar that I have to my name that someone in that town is infected with coronavirus right now. There is not a statistical possibility. There is not a chance that a town like Vegas, with the number of people coming in and out from around the world, doesn't have at least one case there. And that's all it takes. Because one, on a night like I was there last week, one is all it takes to spread it to thousands when you have that many people in such a tight area. Okay, it's unavoidable. It's going to happen. I might even have it now. I don't know. Who knows? 80% of us don't have any symptoms. So, I mean, I could have it. You could have it already. Who knows? But here's what I will say, guys. If you have family over the age of 80, okay, go talk with them. Mortality rates over 15%, or right about 14.8 is what they're saying. Mortality rate for people over the age of 80. If you have loved ones in that age range, go talk with them. Make sure they understand the risk. Tell them if they can stay at home, they should. Not that they have to self-quarantine, not that they're not allowed to go outside, but tell them, avoid going to a hockey game if you can avoid it, okay? If you're going to be at the park, keep yourself a couple of meters away from everyone else, and don't touch handrails. Don't touch handrails if you don't need to. If you do touch a handrail, wash your damn hands. Don't touch your face, okay? Little things like that. If you have family members over the age of 60, give them the same type of guidance, but the mortality rates are going to be much lower, okay? But over 80, 14.8% mortality rate. That is not good. So if you know 10 people over the age of 80, okay, one or two of them is probably going to die because of this. And it's unfortunate. Okay, and people compare it to the flu. I still don't agree with that. It's much more severe than the flu. But just be mindful, be smart, be safe. Yeah. Let me see if I got any more questions here. And I appreciate all the great comments, guys. We're going to be wrapping up here. I'll show you two items. I know you guys want pickups. I have company coming here in 19 minutes. I want to take a nice shower, and I'm going to be enjoying, guys. I'm going to share with you a very, very delicious drink. Vanilla Coca-Cola with vanilla Jim Beam. You can do half a can of vanilla Coke, 3 large ice cubes, and 4 shots of vanilla Jim Beam. You will be thanking me. Trust me, you will thank me. It is a delicious drink. And Dana says, thanks. All I pray for our well-being. I want to be very clear too, guys. I want nothing but the best for everyone out there, even the people who don't like me. And thank you to those people for not not showing up tonight. It's been a wonderful evening. But even if you don't like me, guess what? I still want what's best for you because I don't have it in my heart to harbor that negativity for anyone. It's not healthy. It's not a good thing to do. So yeah, that's all our news. Let's take a look at a couple of items, guys. I'm surprised I found these. I found these again. Moon shoes. These things are so cool. If anyone is interested in breaking both ankles, send me a DM, okay? And I'll send you out these shoes, okay? Oh yeah, I'm throwing mad shade. Recipe again, Joshua Flores, 1/2 can of vanilla Coca-Cola, okay? And you can use vanilla Pepsi, but I recommend Coca-Cola because it is sweeter, okay? Over 3 or 4 of those large crescent ice cubes. You know, you want probably about 6 ounces of ice, okay? And then you want 4 shots of vanilla Jim Beam, and precise shots too, okay? None of that wonky stuff. Very precise shots. You want ice cold Coke. You want freezer cold Jim Beam. Stir. Try not to get too much of a head on it, and enjoy. I'm telling you. And put it in a good glass too, okay? Don't use a cheap glass. Put it in a decent glass and really enjoy it. And the best part about it, doesn't even taste like alcohol. I can put back 3 of those in a night, no problem. You're going to love it. So yeah, as I was saying, if you want to break your ankles, I have these. I have both of them. I think these are the large size. If your children want to break their ankles, again, either way, send me a message. We can fire these out to you. They're in great shape. I paid $4 for these. And unfortunately, they're large, so they're kind of a pain in the ass to ship. But I'll be honest with you. Great money. Last time I looked these up, I believe they were $50 or $60. Now, the other thing too, they could even be more now. The other thing too, as we start getting closer to a pandemic type situation, we're going to see a shift in consumer habits. And one of the shifts we're going to see is we're going to see a lot of outdoor goods really starting to take a big hit. We're going to see a lot of brands. Nobody's talking about that. Brands that sell like pool supplies and yard supplies. We're going to see massive, massive hits. Yeah. So if you have stuff like this, get it listed, get it sold. I picked this up. I love picking up stuff like this. So let me ask you guys, would you sell this as new on Amazon? It's got some sun fading, real light sun fading here. Okay. I'm one of those people that I think I would. I think I would go ahead and sell this as new. The historical sales data on eBay shows that this sells brand new anywhere from $30 to $40. This has a very competitive rank on Amazon, and none are available right now. I'll probably use Terapeak and get a little bit more data, but I probably could ask $50. And Chris is saying no, and I'll tell you, I trust Chris's opinion on that. So what I'll probably do is probably used like new condition, and then add some condition notes to state that that it has just some sun fading but is sealed. Probably ask $50-$60 still on it as well. Yep, thank you, Grateful. Yep, we're on the same wavelength. CatCon says not pool supplies but pool toys, because anyone with pool still needs to keep the upkeep. That's a very, very good statement. I hadn't even thought about that. Maybe we'll see an uptick in stuff like pool covers. People who maybe had historically not thought about covering their pool, maybe starting to batten down the hatches just a little bit. I'll tell you, I bought a nice machete. And if you don't own a mighty fine machete, I'll tell you, it is worth the investment. And I'm not saying you're going to need it, but I mean, we talked about this before. Somebody had mentioned it's great. It's a great thing to repel angry tweakers. So if, for no other reason, obviously like self-defense, but yeah. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate that. Donald Lockwood, how do we find Terapeak on eBay? I can never find it. It's actually supposed to be inside of your seller hub, but you can still at this point go to terapeak.com to be able to get there. If you remind me in the morning, I will find the exact link, and we'll get it posted up to the group. Because if you guys haven't checked it out yet, www.facebook.com/Bowlerama. Here, actually, does that work? Does that button work still? Let me see. Oh, that button worked. It says it worked. There we go. So if you click on that link and visit our Facebook, we have a post that has all the most important links that you're going to need on eBay. What I'll do for you, Donna, if you remind me, somebody remind me, I will find that link and I will add it to that. It's also available on our Patreon lounge as well. Guys, if you haven't heard, we have this thing that we do. It's called Patreon. And it's what pays for this show, because this show takes like 20, 30 hours to make each week. And it really helps me out because I'm not going to get paid by YouTube for this. So if you want to be a patron and help us out with what we're doing, throw us a couple bucks. I'd really appreciate it. We're going to take a look at one more item and then we're going to call it a day. What do I want to show you? I'm going to show you 2 items. I lied. Guys, remember this? You guys remember when I got this and then I sold this? I got like 20 some odd dollars for this bad boy, and I found another one. And this one actually works better than the last one. This is some type of Jack-in-the-Box Sega toy, I believe. I'm going to clean it up a little bit. I'm going to ask more on this one. I'm probably going to ask 30 to 35 on it. Very, very hard to find toy. And I was just looking through a pile of toys, because I know sometimes you go to the swap meet, flea market, big piles of toys, and you're like, I don't know what I'm looking for. Slowly over time, you're going to learn maybe half a dozen or so different toys that you can look for. And eventually you'll get to a point where you're going to find at least one of those, a $20 or $30 piece every time you go to the swap meet. So this is definitely one to keep your eyes open for. Like I said, second time I found one, probably within the last 3 months. And then here's this last one. Oh, Candy Flip Records asked, how did those records go on Amazon? I sold 80% of them, actually. Almost every single one that I sent in did sell. And some of them one of them I got $35 for. And I think it was at, what was the name of it? I think it was a Train or Sweetwater. I can't remember what it is. Something Express, maybe. You're going to know. It'll come to you. And then I picked up this really cute Aurora penguin, and it's brand new with the tag. And I'm telling you guys, listen to me when I say this. If you can get brand new plush with the tag for 50 cents, okay, you should be like, and if it's a good brand, not a crummy brand, even Kohl's Cares, I'll pay 50 cents a piece for. Start building good lots and listings on Mercari. People buy this up. I sold a $40 bunny on Mercari this week, a big 2-footer. Okay, $40. Built a great rapport with the buyer as well. He might even be watching this. I sent him my YouTube information. I said, hey, if you're ever doing any reselling, come check me out. So build good rapport, get great items, have a good time. Guys, that's the last item I'm going to show for today. If you want to see more of my items, check out our video. I'll do one on Friday this week where we'll show another 10 or 15 items that I picked up during the week. I have been sourcing items every single week since you've last seen me. I've been producing and getting videos done in advance every single day. I've been doing editing and all kinds of good stuff here. I'll even show you the edit that I just finished. Those of you who don't know, some of the editing can take a bit. Hold on one second, guys. I got an important message. Okay. Cool. So here, let me show you that image really quick. So those of you who don't know, editing is one of my honest to God favorite things now at this point. It's just such a fun and interesting and just cool experience. Where did it put it? Oh, there it is. So yeah, this is what it looks like when you make one video on YouTube. When you do it a good one, you can see all the different little pieces. It shows the extra text you put in, music, all the different clips, and all of that. So if you've ever seen like a good video with good transitions and good music, good outros, intros, and everything, the videos are just like a little bit better than some of the other ones that you might see. It's because they take a long time to do. But yeah, I've been working in a lot of those, and there's gonna be a ton more coming out here over the next, I don't know, week, 2 weeks. We're gonna be doing 5 days a week moving forward. So awesome show, Jay. Thanks for bringing up the YouTube black sheep, taking one for the team. Yeah, you got to, man. You got to. So as you can tell, things are a little bit different this week. We've changed up a lot of things. We're keeping things way more chill than we've been keeping them historically. You know, I felt like we had way too much going on. Way too much. And I was getting pulled in so many different directions with the show, and people expecting me to do this and expecting me to do that. And I was doing more than was ever truly necessary to make this show work. So now we're doing it a little bit simpler. I'm trying to bring you more content, and I don't have to worry about a lot of other things. So with that being said, I guess we're going to wrap up. We're going to talk for a moment here. Last month, it's been a month since I was here, we talked about the topic of trust. Now this week, believe it or not, my whole section is blank. I didn't have anything I really wanted to talk about. And I think that's a good thing. I think it's a really good thing, because normally when I have something that I want to talk to you about, it's generally something that's weighed on me personally. It's something that I've had to go through, something that I've been impacted by that I want to share with you. But all I really have is positivity. I went on a trip. I was gone for 4 days. I did some cool sourcing. I went to Savers, of all places. If you're a patron, make sure you visit our patron lounge because we have a video of me doing live sourcing at Savers. And then we also, I forgot to mention this, all of the patrons, guys, because you know I was gone for a month. I haven't publicly said this. We talked about it on the group. No one was charged last month. So if you're a patron, you did not get charged last month for your patronage because I was gone for a month. Okay, but now that I'm doing videos again, you'll see your charge again at the end of the month. If you'd like to, if you want to throw me a few bucks for last month, welcome to. Obviously optional, but I didn't feel like I was bringing you everything that I wanted to bring you. And I feel, damn, do I feel good now. I feel like I got a lot of weight off my chest. Okay, so that being said, guys, I guess the best thing I can tell you is go take a damn vacation. Okay, go relax a little bit. And if you got people in your life and you're not sure about some things, you're not sure about their presence, you feel like they're potentially making life more complicated and might be under the guise of a good friendship, just squeeze it out. Focus on you. Focus on being the best version of you that you can be. That's how I've been wrapping up a lot of my videos as of lately. I really do mean that. Be the best version of you that you can be and be happy for you. And then when you have that, you'll have happiness to give other people. And just chill. Just chill. Oh, man. Just relax. Everything's going to be good. Rhiannon, glad to hear that. Glad to have you. Thanks for tuning in. It's been a fun little show. Guys, I will be back as needed. That's what I'm going to tell you. Normally, I'll tell you I'll be back next week, but I'll be frank with you. I'm not going to be back next week because nothing's going to happen this week that's going to require me. But you will see videos from me Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday this week. If you have any video suggestions, make sure you leave them in the comments. I promise you, I read and respond to every single comment that there's a reason to respond to. But I read them all. I read every single comment. So if you have something you want to let me know about, come find me. Join our Facebook group, all that good stuff. But yeah. This has been fun. It's been great being back, and I'll let you know when the next one is. It could be at the end of this month, but I think at a minimum, we may aim for the first week of each month. I'll play it by ear. If I miss you guys too much, I'll come back sooner, but the pre-recorded content will be there. Guys, is my music working? You know what I did? I forgot to add the outro music to... It's always something, isn't it, guys? It's always something. Let me see if this one works. Let's try this. There we go. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I appreciate you being here. And thanks to those of you who donate as well. Have a great night. Oh, and if you don't make that money, someone else will. Take care.